Hello and welcome. I'm Emerald Mosaic and it's time to paint. So it's been a few weeks. Sometimes I go a few days and sometimes I go a few weeks. That's okay. I've got two things in mind today. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little tile that I've already prepped the back for. That I'm going to do a swipe on this. I'm going to be honest, I am practicing my swipe technique. So don't look to me to be the be-all end-all of knowledge here. This is practice for me. And I'm going to try something new. I am going to use a cookie cutter. There's a technique called an open cup pour. I am basically going to do an open cup pour, but with a pear-shaped cookie cutter. So I'm just going to have fun with this. All right, so to get started for my swipe, first I have, this is Color Pour Pink, and I have Color Pour Light Blue that I put in a tiny bottle because I only have a little bit left. I'm trying to use up some of these little ones. And this is Indigo, Color Pour Indigo. And then for my swipe, I have mixed up Saks Titanium White with some Floetrol. So first of all, I'm gonna put my colors down. Get the dried paint off. Oops, I missed a little bit. Okay, and then I have my light blue. Do just a little bit more of that. I'm going to do just a little bit of extra, one more layer. I think I'll start down here this time. Come on. Not all that much left. I mean, my goal was partly to finish these up, so that works. And then my light blue. There we go. There's a tiny bit left of this. I don't really want to oversaturate, but I'm just going to do just a little bit more in the middle, where there's a little bit less. Okay. All right. Now for the swipe. This is a coordination thing for me because I've got paint on here and now I have to flip it over without dripping all over the place. So yeah, like that. Yeah. There we go. Okay, that's a proper swipe, I think. And wait a minute. See if some of those colors pop up. Grab my torch. Pop it a little bit. I'm not getting the cells that I was hoping for. That's one of the things about a swipe. If you don't get the cells, it's not going to be a good swipe. But, oh well. Oh well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I haven't figured out the whole thing, and that's okay. It's all about fun and learning, right? Get that over the edges. Come on. All the way over. Just gonna kind of use my finger here to get the paint over the edges there. Yeah, this did not do what I was wanting it to do. Sometimes she works, sometimes she don't. Again, I'm practicing. So I'm going to do something just for the fun of it and take some of this color that's here and just kind of swipe that back and just smear it. And I don't think there's enough. And there might be enough to get kind of go over that one spot over there. That actually looks pretty. It's not at all what I was going for. But I have one more little trick up my sleeve that will help, I think, if I can get some of this to flow. I might not have used quite enough paint. Come on. All the way down here. Just grab a little bit of this and a little bit of white and just kind of smear it. There we go. And then it'll drip. All right, so I got one more trick up my sleeve. That actually does look really pretty. Even though I didn't get the cells that I was hoping for, the cells that you normally get with a swipe, it does look pretty. So my last little trick is to just drag something through it. And I'm just gonna do one more this way. And I think I'll just let that sit as is and see what it looks like when it's dry. I can always paint over it, right? So, but it's cute. I don't know, we'll see. It did not do what I was hoping for, but that's okay. Let me see if I can bring it a little bit closer so you can get a better look at it. Yeah, just not really quite what I was hoping for. So, set that aside for now. I'll get photos here in a little bit. All right, let's see if my other painting turns out better. It's all about the attempt. Sometimes things work and sometimes things don't, but you just gotta try, because if you never try, it won't ever work, right? So you just gotta try it and see. Let me scrape some of this paint off to the side. I'm using at least similar colors for the two paintings, kind of sort of similar. I'm gonna leave that there so it stays on the plastic. All right. All right, for this one, first you have to lay down a little pillow. And instead of the usual white or black, I decided to do green because it's springtime. So why not do something spring-like? Start with a pillow. I'm gonna kind of elongate it to kind of match the shape of the canvas and also the shape of the cookie cutter. All right. And put my cookie cutter in here. All right. No, I'm gonna go in this other order. Okay, so I have Color Pour. This is light pink. I have Acrylology Deep Green. The bottle is green, so it's kind of hard to see the actual color of the paint. Crafter's Square Metallic Silver. And Color, this is a mix. It's kind of a periwinkle color, but I mixed Color Pour Indigo and Color Pour Light Pink 1-to-1, and it's kind of a periwinkle color. So, all right. Pour very slowly out of this bottle. It's actually a water bottle, as you can see. And I didn't have enough of, I didn't have my smaller bottles yet, and I was just grabbing whatever I could. So I grabbed a water bottle and using it for paint. And then I bought these little bottles off Amazon, and that kind of changed everything. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more paint around the outside. It's not bleeding through yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just lift up just a hair. See if that helps. And I'm going to do another layer. This bottle does not squeeze very well. I was trying to reuse an older bottle. All right, let's see if I can't help it a little bit. A little bit more. Ooh, did not mean to get that outside. Oh well. Oh well. I can see the color starting to seep out, just barely starting to. Yeah, it's really coming out now. There we go. I'm gonna lift up just at this end. Get a little bit more down here. Oh, that's pretty. That is looking very pretty. Up here, over here. Get a little bit more down there. Spilling over the edge. Turn it just a little bit. I'm gonna put just a little bit of silver on top. Just gonna break that purple up a little bit. There we go. The purple seems to have like totally taken over. I don't think I like that so much. So I'm gonna mess with it. Can't have it totally taken over. So we gotta break it up. this corner. Come on. All the way. Go back over here. Wow, that purple really took over. Come on. That did not do what I was hoping for. So, I'm gonna mess with it a little bit more. I have an idea. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in here, and I'm just gonna scrape up some of this paint here. It's kind of all mixed up, and I'm just gonna pour it in. Oops, stay. Kind of do a little ring pour in there. You know what? I'm going to take a little bit from the other painting and put that on top. That should be plenty. I think I'm also going to kind of not exactly blend, but make it look a little bit better in there. It's blending a tiny bit, but that way it has a little bit more texture. And then now I'm going to take that out. Okay, that's a lot prettier, and that's going to help so that all of that other purple is not completely overtaking the whole thing. I like how it's kind of outlined in green. That's pretty. Oh, that corner isn't completely covered. Now it is. Yeah. Bring that down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, I really like how that turned out. I think I made the right call in just doing a second layer. I think that really helped it a lot. Yeah. Okay, let me get a little bit of paint off my hands. so I don't get it all over my camera, and then I'll do a close-up. Just a second while I rinse off. A little bit too much paint for the rag. Dry my hands at least a little bit. That's what the apron is for, right? Okay. Let's see how it looks in the close-up. So, first of all, there's this little guy. I know there's a glare. I think it's cute. I don't know if I'll keep it or not, but I think it's cute. And then, here's this one. Turn it. Yeah, that's very pretty. I'm gonna torch it in here in just a second and just see if I can get any cells at all to pop up. But that's just pretty. That reminds me of springtime, which is what I was going for. So yeah, I really like that. I don't think I'm gonna save the drippings to do a paint skin, since I have not yet had any interest in the other 3 paint skins I've done. But yeah, I'm very satisfied with this. Very cool. All right. So there we have it. 2 paintings in one day. And you know what? Before I go, let me just torch this right quick. Helps to turn it back on. Okay. Just get any bubbles out. Yeah, I don't see any cells popping up, and that's okay. So yeah. Alrighty. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming along for the ride, and I hope you have a great day. Stay creative.